Hello, fellow heroes. I'm Action Smackchan, the 2-in-1 hero made up of a virus from the 70s and a guy who likes to make things, back again with a waifu shuffle. Ready to get ourselves a waifu of the day, randomly selected from anywhere from the 50s to the present. Let's begin, because I'm really ready to see what cute girl we get today. 3, 2, 1, who? I know this one. It's Rukia from Bleach. What's there to say about Rukia? I was playing Jump Force the other year, and Rukia was pretty adorable. Just seeing her next to the other Jump characters kind of puts them on like seeing the proportions of characters in that game was pretty crazy. Like Ichigo is like 20 feet tall, but Rukia is like as tall as like Gon or something. So she's like 4 foot or something. The height difference was crazy, but that's kind of what kind of made her adorable to me, because I haven't actually watched Bleach. Actually, no, that's not completely true. I didn't watch the anime, but I watched the live action. Yeah, the live action Bleach. Yeah, I know that live action anime adaptations are pretty stigmatized, and I'm not about to say that, there's a lot to appreciate in the live action anime adaptation world, but I have to be honest, I did enjoy watching the Bleach one, possibly because I did not actually do anything Bleach related growing up, so I didn't have any like nostalgic ties to the series. I didn't read the manga. I am a fan of Johnny Young Bosch. I definitely love me some Johnny, because he is my favorite actor. He sounds cool all the time, but he doesn't have to sound cool. He could sound like a dork. He could sound like the way he does in High Score Girl, and then he'll still turn in an awesome performance. I will still love it. Also watch High Score Girl. Akira Ono is delightful. Those are the best Christine Marie Cabanos expressing her emotions through grunts. 100% through grunts. But yeah, Bleach. I liked the live action. I'm a bit of a tokusatsu nerd myself, so I did appreciate that the actor for Ichigo in that show also played Gentaro, the main character of Kamen Rider Forze. And Gentaro was one of my favorites in the franchise. He's a wonderful main character, and I thought he did a cool job being Ichigo. You get to see him once again kind of a high schooler character that seems like a little bit of a delinquent but has a heart of gold. I guess that's kind of what Ichigo's like, heart of gold, right? He's a nice guy. He seemed like a nice guy ultimately. He just had blonde hair or something. He had to beat up things. I also had blonde hair. That's what the title refers to, right? The fact that he has blonde hair. Bleach. Asian kids had to bleach their hair to attain that color. Definitely had to bleach my hair to attain any sort of color back in high school. I used to highlight my hair for a couple of years back in high school. Made me feel cool, made me feel fashionable. I was neither of those things. I didn't even watch Bleach. That's how not cool I am. That's how not cool I was. Didn't watch Bleach. And I had to bleach my hair to feel cool. But yeah, Rukia. Who was her actress? Was she Michelle Ruff? Was that Rukia? I like Michelle Ruff. She also played Yoko Littner. I think that's like kind of the number one role I associate with Michelle Ruff, Yoko, because Gurren Lagann, you know, even like 17 years or however long it's been since I first watched Gurren Lagann. It's been one of my favorites. Still think about it. I'm still ready to probably have another sitting watching all of Gurren Lagann again. I still think about the fact that we pronounce the main character's name as Simone, even though it's clearly Simon. I do tend to think about that, right? Because it's like a localization thing, I suppose, because it's like to the Japanese ears, the name Simon sounds pretty foreign. So when you hear that amidst characters like Yoko or Kamina and the rest of the people in Simone's home village, his name does alienate him, because he does feel like a bit of an outcast at the beginning of the series. And but if you bring that to like the Western audience, if you bring that to the US, that does kind of it's hard to find if you just pronounce it as Simon, because man, my neighbor could be named Simon, my cousin could be named Simon, Castor Rock, man, you might hit it Simon. But now if you find a Simone and it's spelled like Simon, you'd be all like, oh man, that guy is from somewhere else probably. Because I ain't never read that as a Simone on paper. So yeah, that's some of the art of localization. But whether or not it worked for the audience, they might just be jarred by the fact that there's this kid named Simone, as opposed to actually relating it to the point of the character, I guess. But anyway, that's a lot of... why am I talking about Gurren Lagann? There's no Rukia in Gurren Lagann. Swords are always cool, right? I love swords. In high school, I was all like, hey man, I want to know how to use a sword, so I was like swinging around a stick or something. I also liked the live action Bleach, I said that already. But I thought it was cool, man. Again, like I'm a bit of a tokusatsu nerd, and I thought the action was cool. I liked the fight scenes in that movie. I thought it was good. Again, I liked the actor for Ichigo, and again on the actors, I'm pretty sure they had all the same dub actors, because I was watching it dubbed. Anything that's localized, I hope it's dubbed, because I do enjoy my dubs. If you haven't noticed, I always look for dubs. I always look for things that I could possibly get signed if I like the localization. Usually I like the localization. They have to be pretty awful in the wrong way for me to dislike a localization, really. But yeah, usually, especially with the cast of actors in Bleach, because that was very much in the time period, like around like the mid-early 2000s, like 2005 or so on. That's when dubs started becoming really good, You get actors like Steve Bloom has already been in the industry for a few years at that point. But then you get like my boy John Young Bosch, you get Michelle Ruff, you get Crispin Freeman, who's also fabulous. Let me tell you, man, my copy of Wolf's Rain I have that thing marked up with these actors that were, on the rise in that time period. And man, Crispin Freeman, freaking Johnny. Who else was in that? I think Stephanie Sheh was also in Bleach. Stephanie Sheh. I'm pretty sure I talked about her in the when I was talking about Sailor Moon, because Stephanie Sheh, she played Yui. In Bleach, she plays someone, I think. Who's in Bleach? Geez, life would just generally be easier if I actually just watched Bleach. Doing this episode would be easier if I just watched Bleach. Who's Rukia? Man, she's this girl. Actually, Rukia is my best friend's favorite waifu ever. I heard that Bleach has a pretty salty ending for people who identify that way. I just remember that ending being pretty polarizing, divisive, whatever. Hey, choices had to be made, I guess. It doesn't sound like it was very well developed. I feel like maybe Shonen Jump kind of struggles with developing romantic relationships in their battle shonen. Maybe that's just me. I don't read too many battle shonens. Man, which ones have I actually read? Do people count Bakuman as a battle shonen? I know it's about making manga. I mean, Bakuman is one of my favorite manga series ever. But I'm just kind of wondering if like the world at large kind of counts it amongst the battle shonen. Because while it's not, about actual punching and kicking, it does kind of use similar. It like demonstrates the same structure, I think, that it preaches in making manga. But instead of using people that punch and kick, they are battling with their manga creating prowess. But yeah, a battle shonen, man. What else is battle shonen? I used to read Nura Rise of the Yokai Clan. Nurari Hyun no Mago. It basically turned into a battle shonen. Especially towards the end. It was one of those series that ended up getting a pretty rushed finale. I guess because it got news that it was going to be canceled, and things just had to move really quickly to get to a conclusion. It's kind of one of the limiting things about manga. You're good until you're canceled. Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh yeah, that is another Shonen Jump battle shonen. I watched all of the anime. Never read the manga. Heard it's slightly different, but that's because it wasn't meant to be battle shonen for a while. And I think it's actually pretty short. The manga, anyway. The anime was definitely over 100 episodes. But good stuff. If for some reason you have not watched Yu Yu Hakusho and you like your battle shonen, go watch Yu Yu Hakusho. It's a good show. It's a good Hakusho. Goodness. But Yu Yu Hakusho is also something that I think had a fairly well developed romantic relationship between Yusuke and Keiko. I thought they had a pretty well developed relationship. I mean, it was never did not end up being like the forefront of the series, but it definitely had its time to develop. And it's not like anybody in that relationship was really wishy-washy about the fact of it. Yeah, but I don't think that's a usual thing. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna go and complain about the fact that Yusuke and Keiko in Yu Yu Hakusho became a couple and ended the series as a couple. In fact, they were a full-grown couple like midway through the series. Not even midway, like basically they were locked down within the first few episodes. But yeah, but in like Naruto, I think people have had some complaints with how relationships went in there, probably. Like I'm saying this because I haven't actually really watched that much Naruto, right? As far as I'm concerned, the soundtrack of Naruto includes Linkin Park and Paramore. So that is to say, I do not know too much about Naruto aside from AMVs in the mid early 2000s. There's yeah, bringing it back to Bleach. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure that there was lots of people that were not satisfied with how the ending went. Oh, and there's now the I think it started as a fan continuation, 1,000-year blood thing, whatever. I remember Johnny Young Bosch talking about it in a panel that I went to maybe a year or two ago, where it was like a Kickstarted fan project. Now it's like a full actual thing, and they were able to get Johnny Young Bosch back as the actor for Ichigo, even though when it was a small fan project, they actually had a different actor originally, and when they reached out to Johnny, he felt a little bit weird about that because he didn't like the idea of taking somebody's role like that, you know, because that is somebody's job. You can't just it's rude just to go in and like just swoop on somebody's job, on somebody's active job. So Johnny was cool, and he reached out to the person who already had the role before the creators reached out to him, and as it worked out, the guy that Johnny contacted was super flattered and happy to give Johnny the role, at least according to this panel. So I like stories like that. I like stories of Johnny Young Bosch being cool. I also like stories of Johnny Young Bosch being being nuts. Like that story that he likes to tell during panels, where he throws coins at a homeless lady and they just explode in his face. Go to a Johnny panel. Go to a convention with Johnny Young Bosch in it, and if he's telling stories, he's pretty likely to tell that story. So I'm not gonna give you any more spoilers. Go watch that story. Go watch Johnny. Go listen to Johnny. Go watch Bleach. It has Rukia in it. Rukia is pretty rad. She has a sword. She was really cool in the live action. Give live action anime another chance. Give the Bleach one a chance. If you're too concerned about it not being the manga, don't worry about the manga. Just go see it again if it's a cool movie, because it gives an ending that I am not mad about. I was able to watch something Bleach related, end something Bleach related, and I wasn't mad. I was not mad at Rukia. I wasn't mad at any decisions made. I I enjoyed that movie. I found something I liked. Maybe I'll watch it again. Is it still on Netflix? I don't know if it's still on Netflix. But yeah. Anyway, tell me, was Rukia your best friend's favorite girl in Bleach growing up? In the comments. Also, remember to like the video if you enjoy listening to me rant about anime that I didn't watch, but still look at this cute girl and go, yeah, I'm gonna think about her all day. Yeah, like for that. Subscribe to the channel for more. And you can also follow me on social media. I am at ActionSmackChan on Twitter and Instagram. Let's be friends. Anyway, until next time, guys.